Hello, fellow cetaceans. Welcome to another episode of Pixelchain Live Art with Rob Levy. We're joined by Rune and Nightmare today, and we'll be making impromptu art with the Pixelchain app available at pixelchain.art. Each week we take prompts from the audience, and Rob conjures a spell of pixels to turn it into a masterpiece. Welcome again, Rob. It's good to have you on as always, and welcome Rune and Nightmare.
Hello.
What's up? Thanks for having me as always.
I am back. I missed a week, and you guys made that draft that I had last seen absolute fire. No pun intended, but this thing looks super dope, man.
I wonder if maybe Nightmare remembers what the yellow mound was that was in front of the castle there.
The yellow snow.
Yeah, I haven't figured that out, but it still turned out great.
Well, I don't even know what you're talking about. I just see a cloud. Did you change the color?
Yeah, it got changed. Mylene went back through the footage as our deputy of archives, and she confirmed that it was just Rob did it.
Yeah, just me going rogue.
You know what? Let's. You know what? I will try to cover tracks for someone. It might have been yellow snow. I'll say it was a mound of gold coins or something, and we'll leave it at that. We opted to switch the colors.
Boom! I love
Justin. What is going on with your avatar, man?
What do you mean? This is the real me.
There he is.
Wow.
What's up?
No wonder we've never seen you. You've been busy building toys, have you?
I have.
Is that saying you want to?
Have you been good?
Oh my god.
I mean, that's a subjective question.
That is terrifying.
There you are.
That's I need to get Krampus going to just even things out, right? I feel like we need the yin and the yang represented here.
I'll be Rudolph.
Rundolph?
Rundolph.
There's some puns to be had, I'm sure. Hey, by the way, I heard that you guys crushed it last week, and they were like, Nightmare, don't even show up next time. It's so much better with just Rune and Justin. And I was like, man, I'm definitely coming through now. I feel like the gauntlet's been thrown down. I've been challenged.
Rune said that, but I missed taco talk.
Yes, no tacos for me today, though. Switched it up.
Oh, well, then I guess we can kick him from the stream.
Wait, no, hold on. So, Rob, that was fire. Did you have any ideas, or what's on deck? What's in store for us this week?
You going big or you going small?
I think this canvas is probably good.
And don't forget to change your color palette as well.
Need a big palette. Yeah.
Will there be fire?
No, let's not do that. I'm sure there will be fire at some point, but yeah, we need some prompts. Let's get this thing started. What do people want to see? What's everyone in the vibe with?
I don't know. I feel like there's probably something this time of year that people think of.
Oh no, they're getting no sound. I'm hearing a lot of no sound for people. I don't know what's that about. Check.
Hold on, we can hear you.
It's the government. They're trying to suppress us. They won't release the
there
pixels,
we go.
man.
Fixed.
Can you guys hear us?
Well, anyone that missed anything, you missed the introduction with food talk within like 2 minutes. So it's part of the course. You can kind of assume what was talked about, tacos, things of that nature, and we're ready to get going with the prompt.
Yeah, pretty much. Good to go.
So, yeah, I mean, we're just sitting there and discussing what we can start with. So if anyone has any suggestions, throw it in the stream text now. Otherwise, I'm going to start with fire.
It must
that can't be where we start. It's
Christmas, for goodness sake, man. Hey, you need those fires off so you can get down some chimneys. So maybe you want to pivot a little bit.
I like Xmas. Definitely always in the Xmas vibe.
So I do see something from Stansky, mashup from previous pieces.
Frog with a Santa hat. That's
frog with a Santa hat.
Bald hat with. What's up?
Party.
A mashup from pieces. A snowman. You can do
an ETH Moon dance party.
And a frog with a Santa hat. I like where this is going. An ETH Moon dance party. I don't know what that would look like.
I feel like it would be similar to the Mars one.
Oh, that was Mars. I forgot.
We did a Whale Mars ETH Burning Man party that of
Oh, I thought that's what he was alluding to. I wonder if he didn't know. That's funny. Yeah, like we did that. I like the idea of the
T-Rex
sun, man.
piloting a UFO.
I was like,
Man, you guys just go straight for the jugular, right? Like, there's no like build up. It's just like, here's a T-Rex and a UFO.
Do something with it.
I like. All right, UFO, frog, snowman. These are all words I'm clinging to right now.
Yeah, we've done a lot of UFOs though. No,
Have we?
maybe not.
I don't feel like we have.
Okay, fine. All right,
We've done
fine.
the UFO.
It's
The
Christmas.
moon
You guys could
too.
kind of like bridge me there, be like, oh, not really. You're like, nope.
Hey,
Go-
How dare you?
Go
my first
back.
game was last week, so I don't know any different now.
Yeah, they're like, go back to your corner, Nightmare.
Mylany,
props-
have you done any frogs? I feel like Mylany's frogs would probably be insanely cute.
Yeah, she's pretty talented at the pixel art, huh? We've been trying to advocate for her to put something out, a collection on Pixelchain or something, and she's like
Wish
very,
you
very
would.
humble about it.
She had used the gas excuse for a while. I was trying to convince her last week when it was low, though.
Just do it.
We need a
Oh,
Mylany.
There's a whole bunch of people that have already like pre-sold or pre-bought her work. It's like a pre-sale, so
Basically, just calling dibs.
yeah.
Someone said a frog with a Santa hat riding Falcor. Falcor from the Neverending Story.
I love that. Frog with
Falcor's
his-
kind of hard to draw. It's hard to draw, at least in my untalented attempts.
I need to figure out how to draw a frog.
Yeah, like we're working on a frog. You think we can do a luck dragon that looks like a dog? You know what? With this is Rob. I'm sure he would be able to.
Yeah, what's the task at hand? What are we talking here?
I don't want to digress. Let's keep going with the frog. But someone did bring up the Neverending Story luck dragon Falcor.
Yep.
Have the frog with a Santa hat riding Falcor.
We can explore it.
You could. Oh man, I was just gonna say I don't know how hard this would be, but what if Falcor was like? Nah, that'd be too detailed. Falcor facing us, just like the frog is, with the frog on top.
Basically, you're asking to draw a giant dog. Because
Basic,
if you don't put the body of Falcor as a giant dog.
yeah. Flowing.
I have a song that's like 1/3 finished, and that's part of the lyrics. I said, living my Falcor life, I got my luck dragging behind me, like playing with dragon.
Oh shit!
Yeah. Maybe one day I'll finish it. It's like I have a million slivers of projects. Instead of finishing one, I just get another thing pops in my head and I start working on it. Does that happen to you, Rob? Do you have like just creative exercises a lot that you find yourself just kind of, putting something together that you were inspired to do and then you just move on because it's what you're feeling?
Yeah, dude, all the time. Yeah, that's pretty much I feel like how most of my projects start, or like most of the ventures I go on start as like fun little like, oh, this would just be fun, and then I'm like, oh, let's take this further, or let's never do this. Or
Let's never do this, yeah.
or like, dude, like it's so cool like when I get to like kind of look at stuff that I put aside, and even stuff that I like almost forgot that I did, and like just see it months later and be like, oh, I can do something with this. Like that shit happens all the time too, for sure.
All right. Yeah, I remember working with some friends and they'd have ideas. They're like, hey, let's try this, let's try that. And I'm like, I don't know. And then afterwards, I'm like, let's make sure this never sees the light of day. But it was fun playing around with it. And now it's blackmail material for sure.
Dude, but I bet if you looked at it now, you'd probably dig it. Like I feel like you're always your harshest critic, especially like at the time when you do it, you're never harsher on yourself.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. I don't know about some of this stuff, but I do remember like, man, when I was younger and just had all the time to do stuff like this. At one point there was a website, mp3.com, and it let people curate lists of artists. Like you make your own playlist, kind of like you do on Spotify or whatever, right? Of these digital songs people put up, which was cool, whatever, right? You can get playlists. But the best part for me was people started making kind of a worst of right? So they started collecting like what they thought were the most embarrassingly horrible songs. Well, I said, let me make like a secret identity artist and intentionally get like my friend to make the wackest beats possible and make like ridiculous songs. So like
It's like the Razzies, like how they have like the Oscars for horrible movies. Is it like
yeah, but it's a fine balance, right? Because you can't seem so obvious that you're intentionally doing it. So you have to kind of curate this personality that you're taking it seriously, right? So I did that. I ended up on all kinds of lists, and I kind of enjoyed that more than my regular stuff at one point. I was like, hey, let's make another, noodle song or whatever it was, instead of actually doing my my project I was working on.
I mean, and like, how do you feel about it now? Like, was it like solid satire, or was it
No,
just?
no, it was awesome, especially the reactions, right? When you read through the way people had talked about it and curated it. I wish I could still find the remnants of it on the internet, right? But that site got sunset, and so did all the the playlists or whatever. So now and then I wish I could find it. I still don't know I'd ever reveal that the person was me, but
No way.
yeah, I still really dig it.
Say,
That's
would
so
you want
tight.
to?
What was that?
Would you want to?
I mean, yeah, I don't know. But the funny thing is, we'd be sitting around like, hey, let's make another one of these. Like we were in. It's funny when you get something that you just enjoy doing it instead of it being an objective. It just comes so naturally. It's what you're doing, and the moment, at least for me, when it turns into something that you're doing with a lot of intent and purpose, like you have a deadline or you're trying to do something for a specific project, it's a little bit different, the process.
Oh, very much so, for sure.
So Rob, while you're drawing this, what's going on over in Disneyland? What's going on with the dragons and the demons?
I mean, we're doing a lot, just kind of behind the scenes work. I mean, we got a fun New Year's party that's going to be happening that we're doing in collaboration with a bunch of other collections. So that's one thing that we're kind of looking forward to. I'm working on some cool. Yeah, I don't know. I'm working on some cool stuff. I don't really want to talk too
Yeah,
much about
I
it.
can't. I got to get you a little looser to spill the alpha. Don't worry, I'll come back to it.
Yeah, I always mess up. I don't come here as prepared. I mean, one thing we have been getting some progress with that we teased out. I can show it here too. It was super cool. We're getting our voxel dragon built. So
Oh, nice.
Some process of some pictures of that process. I'll drop something. I mean, the little good morning thing of the dragon head.
And I do know you guys are deep into planning and possibly building out stuff for the sandbox. So that's super dope as well. And I'm sure is a lot of creative juices flowing there.
Yeah. No, there's definitely a lot that's been going into that. And just we finished up the that sandbox alpha just ended, and that was like, it started off as something I was like super like I was making a lot of time for and just like super excited to get into, and then like days would go by and I was like, I need to catch up with it. But in the last couple of days I did all the homework and I made sure I got everything I needed to get done before that wrapped up.
So you got
Good.
your,
And you
your
finished
dragon
your,
and your sword and everything.
Got the dragon, got the sword.
Nice.
and the sand. 1,000 sands, nothing to shake a stick at.
Yeah, definitely psyched about all that. Yeah, what else? I just dropped that
Dragon's nice. Yeah, that voxel.
Thanks, dude.
Yeah, I like it a lot.
Now,
From the sound of what I saw the other day as well, it sounds like they're doing another alpha after this one, but I haven't seen anything official.
Yeah,
There was an email that went out. I thought.
What was that?
I thought there was an email that went out about that.
I don't think I got an email.
It must have went to the same place my NFL all day email went to.
Yeah, that one too. Yep. Same folder.
Yeah, I heard, was it something related to like the Alpha Pass that they were saying like don't get rid of your Alpha Pass because it's still
Hold on.
usable. For
Yeah,
some.
that's what I was hoping, that it might be good for round 2 or something like that.
And not just a piece of memorabilia of what was.
Yeah, because I saw straight after it ended, some people were dumping it at 0.05 ETH, and I thought it'd be funny, those people doing that, if they miss out on round 2 for the alpha.
Yeah, I was surprised how inexpensive I feel like people were selling all like the dragons and everything for too. People were
Yeah,
quick to let that.
give it some time, and they'll have some regret of selling at that price, I'm sure.
Yeah, I was about to scoop up all the alpha dragons, be the dragon whale in sandbox. I feel like it would be appropriate.
I love it.
What did you think of the sandbox overall?
I was super impressed. Just
I liked
all around.
I liked what they did with some of the music stuff, where
Yeah,
they just kind of import, like being an alpha, it was like the world was glitching, and they just kind of brought random parts into other worlds. So you'd be going along in the middle of the foresty bit, and then all of a sudden there was, a dance floor and some music pumping, and
Oh
yeah,
wow, that's cool.
yeah, that was dope.
jumped up and had a dance with Snoop, and I don't think
With
I
Cosmo.
saved too many of the screenshots, but yeah, there was a few screenshots there that I'd taken initially, and just some of the cool parts in it.
I finally found the email. It said there's a survey that will participating in the survey will grant you an entry to the Alpha Season 2 raffle for a chance to win an Alpha Pass.
Yeah, I did not get an email.
So having the alpha pass gives you a chance to get a second alpha pass.
It just says it's a survey about.
Ah.
I don't know if it doesn't state that you had to have one in the past, but I guess I take it as it's a feedback survey. So that's where if you that's probably your proof. The people that sold it, they just sold their proof of of participating in the alpha.
Very interesting.
If you don't have the email, but you have an alpha pass, if you go to the Sandbox website, there is the +1 ticket on the feedback, and send feedback there.
Gotcha.
I'm definitely going to have to fill that out after.
It's funny, DC jumped in because we had a pass that was sitting there when we realized that we wanted to make sure we
Yep.
scoop the different things. And like there was a lot of talk like, well, if you have the time to be able to do it, it's worthwhile, etc. So I remember looking at it like, man, I can't really say that I'd be able to commit whatever time was necessary just because I'm so flat out with my bandwidth being thin right now. So DC goes in there and like 3 hours later, he's like, I got all the quests done. We're like, what? He's like, yeah, I banged it out. We're like, all right, man. Like,
yeah,
it's
they set it up pretty easy so that if you did want to speed through it, like you could.
well, the thing with DC is we're on meetings all the time, right? Like we'll be in a town hall, we'll be in a serious like meeting with partners or whatever, and you hear click 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 click, click in the background, right? He's playing something, farming something. He's like taking calls. He's on cam with his other meetings. The guy's the multitasker of all multitaskers.
That's amazing.
So while we're waiting here, just another pineapple, good old friend of ours, had a question for me, and that was to know what it's like to be on stage with the dude I went to high school with back in the day, whose beard is bigger and whose belly. This is an imposter, Saint Nick, as you can see from my name. I am the real Saint Nick. A little bit of a dox for myself too, anyways. But yeah, no, this guy here, I don't know him. I think he's a mall Santa. He smells of beer and cheese. So don't know this guy.
Beer and cheese, dude. So this really happened. I remember when I was young, and like Christmas, you get the typical things when, I remember I was getting Nintendo games, Super Nintendo, whatever. Like I was really hyped about it. I hit that age where my mother didn't really know what to get me. So she was like, I don't know, do I get him a cologne or like what did I get, an ID bracelet or something, right?
Yeah.
And so she was trying to flesh it out. Besides sports and clothes, she didn't know what to get me, and she legit got me those ridiculous things you saw on TV back in the day. It was like a little box with kind of weird sausages and cheeses. it was like a sausage and cheese gift box.
Pepperidge Farm stuff.
Yeah, I don't know, man. It was like it goes down in infamy. So now to this day, my friends would be like, buy me them for gifts every holiday, just to put my face in it. So many years later.
Awesome. Your frog is looking great. Santa hat on already.
I'm trying to work out where to put this snowman.
And we've already got the pink pixel in place too.
Yeah, there we go. He's hiding up there on the cheek.
Yep. Melania should be happy. There's 4 of them.
Let's see what we got. And what do we want the snowman to be wearing anything funky, or are we going traditional? What's the chat feeling about that?
The tux.
Ooh, fancy. I like it. I was gonna have him on the side, but I didn't want to put him off on the side. I feel like maybe working him in the background somehow might be better, or like behind him a bit. Oh, and then maybe we can do a little frog snowman too. Oh, or should we just do a frog snowman? That would be fun. What do we want to do?
Oh, Well, if you went with a frog snowman, it would kind of give us a Keck vibe, which kind of defined 2021 as well. Well, it didn't define it, but it was a big part of it.
The year of the frog.
And Mylona's asked a couple of times now, what is the frog sitting on?
What's he sitting on?
Yeah, as in, I think the absence of anything there. So maybe we can put like a present or something like that.
Oh, that's cool. Yeah, I mean, I figure he's going to be outside because if there's a snowman, but I mean, we can have him sitting on anything, or I can just draw a little floor. Is that what we're looking for? A floor?
She's typing. We'll find out soon.
Dun 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 dun. The suspense.
And she was typing nothing about the floor.
Killing us.
There you go. You got a temporary floor in place, and you can have the snowman's head on fire. Wait, what? No.
Yes.
That's amazing.
It's good because it won't.
Maybe the snowman was what set the fire. Just the house behind it or something that as it's walking away. Just drop the match in there.
Make the snowman evil.
Yeah, isn't that
It reminds
is
me
it Frosty the Snowman, the movie that was evil?
The Jack Frost?
Jack Frost, that's the one I'm thinking of.
Was he evil though? I thought it was just the dad. Wasn't that the whole thing with that? It was like his dad trapped in a body.
No, I know which one Justin's talking about. Hold on. Yeah, I know there is one like that you're talking about, Rob, but hold on. Now I'm gonna killer.
No, we had Morflo say snowman wrapped in Christmas lights that are on fire.
It was called Jack Frost.
And what was that? That was the animation, or is that the one with Michael Keaton?
It's the movie. No,
it's a movie, not just an animation. Although I did see an animation the other day that was maybe the same.
Not just an animation, like an animation is less than a movie.
Yeah, well,
depends on the movie.
Yeah, no, I'm not.
Oh yeah, I remember this.
Was it Michael Keaton?
But the Michael Keaton one, I know what you're talking about too.
That's not Jack Frost.
Let me see something. Hold on, I'm gonna check that out.
On the topics of animation and movies, though, the new Into the Spider-Verse looks super dope.
I've seen it. Best thing ever.
Wait,
The preview for it?
No, I've seen the movie. I went.
Yeah, no. They released the preview for part 2. It's sick.
wait, what?
Wait, what?
I didn't even know.
Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse 2.
When did that drop?
Like a week or two ago. It's awesome.
No, what?
Yes.
No Way Home.
Into the Spider-Verse 2.
I have not watched any of those movies for a while. They started to hit a run where they were getting really disappointing and painful to watch. So
No, Justin, this is a whole different ball game. Into the Spider-Verse is animated with an incredible art style and soundtrack and really heartfelt story. But it's Miles Morales. It's a whole different Spider-Man.
So
I might have to check it out.
It is, and believe me, we love the Marvel stuff. It is probably one of, if not my favorite movies of all the superhero stuff.
Really good. It was really good.
Is it standalone? Like you don't need a
yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. Because I know the other Marvel ones started to all tie in together.
Yeah, it's a must see. If you haven't seen that, it's a must see.
Yeah,
So no spoiler. Spider-Man: No Way Home introduces the.
Don't ruin. Just stop it. Don't.
And then there's
there we go. I dropped them out.
I wasn't gonna actually spoil it. Come on. And so I'm posting 2 pictures right now. You both were right. So there is the Michael Keaton one, and then there's the killer one.
What's the killer one? They're both called the same thing?
Yeah, it's not.
You know what? I saw that the other night because like we were sitting here, we were like, all right, what's some good Christmas movies? And for some reason, Mini Knight likes to look at previews for like 40 minutes before we actually watch a movie. It doesn't matter if he knows what he wants. And I was complaining, and then I had an epiphany the other day. I said, you know what? At least I'm doing this from my couch and not walking around the Blockbuster anymore, because that used to be a painful process, right? Yes. But and then I saw Jack Frost and like the family-friendly things. I'm like, what? That's like a serial killer with an axe. Like what's? And then I realized there's like 2 different versions.
I don't remember that version. Shit.
1997 was the horror one. Yeah, but I also remember the Michael Keaton one because I watched that with the kids. Sad movie.
Yeah, that was quite the tearjerker, right? He was like a bad dad and then like turned into a snowman and just wanted to be a good dad.
Yep.
He still looks a little menacing in the picture, to be honest with you.
Yeah, he does.
I mean, it's Michael Keaton, right?
There's a thanks, Stanksy. Appreciate it.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Speaking of movies,
the more you learn.
Yeah, I got some exciting. I get an exciting evening on deck after our festivities here at Whale. So we ran through Hang Time, which was dope. Props to you, Rune, for another great show. We just did the holiday get together, which was cool, and I think we may actually have kind of a rebound event maybe in the next couple of days as well, maybe on Friday for some people that couldn't make it. Now we got this stream, and afterwards I have the privilege of sitting down with Mini Knight to check out the Hawkeye finale and the Matrix.
Oh, I gotta watch both those tonight.
That's awesome. That sounds epic. How was the Hawkeye series?
Without the Okay, I'll not talk.
Rune,
I haven't seen the finale yet.
I haven't seen any of the episodes. I don't know what's going on.
It's really good. It's really good.
Cool.
It's cool. It's definitely more family fare, which is good. You know what I mean? Like I like the variety of that. And then also, on a side note, I do have to check the new season of Lost in Space.
I heard that the new season came out. I never watched the first one, but I heard good things about it.
Yeah, you know what? It was when my little dude was pretty young, and it was like a cool thing to watch with him, and he enjoyed it and got into it, but it was age appropriate. I hard sold him on the robot, right? So, obviously he was all about it. And then came season 2. I was like, let's check it. He was checked out, but now I'm vested, right? It was kind of like the movie Cars. I must have watched that movie 500 times with the
Oh
kid.
yeah.
And then when they came out with Cars 3 a few years later, you know, he's like, I'm a big boy now. I'm growing up. I'm like, you're kidding me, dude. I had to watch this every day for years. We're watching this.
I thought that was just me that felt that way because I did the same thing. I'm like, you're watching this with me.
Yeah, no.
We're completing the series.
Yeah. Sometimes he like when he rejects things that I would have thought was awesome when I just get mad. I'd be like, oh, they got mac and cheese. He's like, nah. I'm like, son of a, you know, I just feel like it's not right.
I'm right there with you.
But he did have a call with Santa Claus, and he told them, you know, some things that he wanted on Zoom straight to the North Pole. So that was pretty cool. The real Santa, not this Justin imposter down here.
I was gonna say, is
And-
Santa's still in here?
Yeah, and he told him he wanted a DJ thing, some DJ equipment because he's into music, and he said, "Can you please bring me some treats and candy with something else besides Sour Patch Kids because my dad will eat them."
No.
Yeah,
That's awesome.
Amazing.
and he's not lying. He's not lying.
Might have to get the details of this Zoom call because my kids had not got their letter to Santa in time, and they missed the postal delivery service here's cut off.
Well, it's pretty
So-
cool. It's a direct. So the way it works is you can connect. Obviously, you set the appointment with the appointment takers right there in the North Pole, and they ask for a little bit of information so that, you know, when they do connect, you know, Santa has everything in his file there, right? So you can tell him ahead of time a little bit some of the key things that they want, and so then he'll talk about it and review it with them, and they can also tell him some other things. So it was pretty cool.
Damn, that's tight. So it's actually like personalized. It's not like just all robotic.
No,
kind of thing?
absolutely. No, absolutely. He knew his name. He knew
Wow.
he knew that, you know, he loves his kitty cat and does a good job helping take care of her, and that he's been doing a great job at, you know, school and
I need to
staying
check this
safe.
out.
Yeah, it was pretty cool.
Sounds cool. My son has been counting down for Christmas for about the last 3 months. We've got a countdown bear that when you push its hand, it tells you how many days are left, but only once it's like less than 1 month to go. And it sings a song about how many days to go. And before the countdown for that started, it was the countdown to when the bear would start counting down.
I love it.
Amazing.
Hey, do you remember? So like here he has like 11 days off from between the holiday till when school's supposed to start back up. I just remember when I was young, that was like the longest 11 days of my life, and I would wake up and just be surrounded by toys and video games. It was the best.
Yes.
But funny thing about the virtual Santa meet that you can do if you schedule it, afterwards you get a copy of a video of it and also some pictures that they snap during it.
Oh,
And
cool.
so Mini Knight, he's into music and manipulating art stuff, so he takes it on the iPad and he like slows it down and glitches it, so it's like a demonic Santa. So like
Cool.
he's in the other room like, Merry Christmas. We've been talking about some of his art. I don't know if you guys have seen. He likes to make glitch art with the different filters on Procreate.
Oh, it's
And
dope.
he's like, I'm gonna put the Santa one up. I'm like, okay, we'll mint this soon. But every time we talk about it, he delays it because he doesn't want to stop playing with his iPad. I said, well, you need to pick a name, you know. So we got to put, you know, a name for you as an artist in your collection. He's like, all right, Glitch 666. I'm like, okay, all right. So if you see it out there in the wild, that's what's going on.
Glitch 666. I dig it.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
And the demonic Santa soon to come.
So he's following in your footsteps with the glitch, because I know that was, you're a big glitch art fan too, right?
I'm a fan. He can actually do stuff. I mean, it's pretty impressive. All the time he'll do something, and I'm like, airdrop that to me, please, so I can set it as my phone wallpaper or something. It's pretty dope. One of the coolest things that he did, I think it's cool, but you know, it's all relative. But he'll say, "Hey, can you come watch this?" And what he likes to do is do like a live experience with the Procreate. So he told me I was gonna watch. I forgot. Blue Screen of Death Dimension or something. So he starts off, he types text like it's on a computer, and then before you know it, he's like, live while I'm watching, like zooming in, using different filters, and really manipulating one picture for like 5 minutes until you get the end result, which is like, what did he tell me? The implosion of my reality or something like that.
Whoa.
But the process is pretty cool, man. I'm like, I should video this or something. But meanwhile, he's making all the sound effects with his mouth and stuff. It's interesting.
Damn. That's awesome.
Meanwhile, I'm struggling to make like, I'm struggling just to write a few letters onto a screenshot.
Yeah.
You're getting to that point in your life where you have to start asking your kids how to do something. Your old nightmare.
Yeah. Mainly, I got to ask him, where's the Sour Patch Kids hiding?
No,
I keep it real with that and just go and try to find them myself. I'll never ask them. I'll just take them.
So, Rob, any big holiday plans, or you just staying low key with the family?
Yeah, just gonna go back home. I'm super excited. I'm gonna go back on New Year's Eve, crash at the house, stay there all day, or New Year's, Christmas Eve, crash there, and get some time out of my apartment. So super psyched about that.
Yeah, unfortunately, a couple of friends of mine had travel plans as well, but with Unicron cropping up and getting people sick, a lot of them had to cancel. So there's some like friend get-togethers they're being put together over Zoom.
Oh man, back to that. Oh yeah, I've been hearing it's crazy. I don't leave my apartment much, so it's really not something I think about. But I hear it's been getting crazy out there.
So crazy that Justin is now morphed into a muted snowman. It looks like he's talking, but I hear nothing.
Because I was eating.
The snowman eating. That's a new one.
Yep. I was sick and tired of being called an imposter, so
Well, now you're a live model for the drawing.
exactly. I'm saving Rob the time having to look up what a snowman looks like.
I'm really interested to find out where the fire is going to be incorporated in this.
This whole snowman, I thought was going to be
with two smiling faces.
And this is shaping up pretty fast. I'm sure, knowing us, we can probably throw everything and more in the background. But I like what we got going on. What kind of hat do we want on this guy? Everything.
What about like a green bucket hat?
I was thinking bucket hat. I was like waiting for the curveball. I was like, it's gonna be a bucket hat. All right, let's go. Let me see. I've drawn quite a few bucket hats in my day, but let's just pull for reference.
Frog looks very Karopi to me.
When you started doing the eyes, I was getting Hypnotoad feels.
Well, Hypnotoad, is that
from Futurama?
Oh, I think I know what you're talking about. Yeah. Okay. Oh yeah, I think Bald Halfwood posted that when he suggested it. Maybe that's what got me in the googly eye mood.
Yeah, you had the eyes a little bit different when you first started, and it was wider than the pupil part, so it gave me the Hypnotoad feels.
Hey, I'll take it. I will take it. Yeah. Oh. Let's see if we can get this thing.
You guys all done with your shopping?
Yeah, I was done months ago. I can't stand going out at this time of the year.
Giving anyone NFTs by chance?
Well, not anyone IRL. Everyone just thinks they're a Ponzi or I can just save that. So
yeah.
Well, actually, my kids would probably appreciate it. They love getting like when they've got Axie before and Sandbox and stuff like that. So
give them the Alpha Sword. I'm sure they'd be psyched, right?
Yeah, they loved watching that. They pretty much every day, because you know how they unlocked like a new experience every day in the game. So it was every single day they were sitting there and asking, "What's today's sandbox thing? Like, where do we, what is it we get to do?" And we're looking at the map and seeing what's coming up next, and then going through it each day. So, and yeah, Marlon, they said the Avogotchis as well. They love the Avogotchis too.
Like
And at the moment,
or like just play, or like the look of them.
the look, there's not a huge amount to the game yet, because it's not complete. It's not out yet. There was a bit of a stress test the other day, but that was it. Otherwise, it's mostly just passive collecting sort of thing at the moment. But yeah, they're cute, and you pat them and you put different clothes on them, and the stress test the other day looked pretty cool, nice and colourful. So they loved that.
What is like the game supposed to be? Like, or what kind of game is it?
I think it's going to be something kind of. They haven't released all the details, but it sounds like it's going to be something a bit like a RPG sort of thing, based on the world of the Avogotchis, which were people that have been liquidated in the real world and then sent to the Gotchiverse. So
Okay.
Huh.
I didn't know that was the lore, but that's pretty
I
awesome.
didn't-
yeah, it's got lore and that all behind it. It's they've released some of the lore and stuff like that in it. But yeah, not the full like white paper and details about it just yet.
Yeah, that sounds cool though.
Rune, do you have some Avogotchis?
No, I don't. I was told about them, and I missed them because I was traveling, and then I wasn't able to get any after I got back from traveling. But yeah, no, DC was telling me about it when they first came out, and Grev did too. I just thought it was always going to be a Tamagotchi based thing, or like a fan art style Tamagotchi thing when they first came out, but guess
Right.
I'm wrong with the whole RPG aspect of it.
Yeah, I've been trying to get both you guys into it for a little while now. I've been nudging you, you should get in and buy it, but
So, I mean, this is something that we talk about, on me that I haven't put in the effort just because of my bandwidth and time, but it's not so turnkey, right? And so that's kind of an impediment for me to be able to do it. So when something comes along that is, obviously they have legs up because they can source people like me a little bit easier.
Why? What do you mean by that exactly? That the just the onboarding is
Well, it's
not so fast?
it's not straight up. It's not a straight purchase with ETH, which even that is a challenge for someone, right? Unless you're crypto native, but you have to bridge to other things. I think, is it on Polygon?
I think it's Poly.
it's on Polygon. But if you're someone new to the space anyway, and you don't have any ETH, and it's your first project or something you're getting into, if you're buying it off a centralized exchange, then a lot of them support withdrawal straight to Polygon and some of the other side chains as well. So, whether you send ETH to Ethereum network or you send the funds to Polygon, it's pretty much the same sort of thing.
Yeah, and there's different hurdles, right? Like if you're in the US and which exchange you can use, and then the timing component for sending out, and so maybe this is something that Ilascavia and one of his NFAs could simplify the process and really handhold me through it, and maybe I jump on it. But like I said, just because it's not quick. Now I do have FOMO, I do have regret, which I was in all these land sales and all this other stuff, but particularly when people are playing, then I feel left out. Because that's what always draws me in. I made some questionable purchases on NFTs of much lesser quality just because I was a fan of the gaming aspect.
Yeah. I mean the whole which exchange you can get it from, that's just a regulatory thing. That's just a pain depending on which part of the world you live in. You just got to know what works for you there. But there's quite a few that all support withdraw to Polygon. So there's at least 4 or 5 that I know of. So
Right. No, for sure. I mean, I could go to Coinbase probably and withdraw directly, but it's just the more steps and the more challenge there, the less likely I'm be able to do it quickly. on
Yeah.
when. That being said, go ahead.
I was going to say, at one point in time, people were saying that about this, global network of computers. Why do they need to talk to each other? I mean, all the work to like get a thing and then not use the phone and then listen to the noise as it calls in and pay money to connect to this network. And now it's something we take for granted. So I think it's something that in the future people are just going to learn it because they're going to have that in their life all the time.
Yeah, I'm not saying that it's bad or that I wouldn't, Justin. I'm just saying the efficacy of it is a impediment to onboarding. If it was easier, I would have already been involved, right?
And that's the thing. Also, that's one of the things that got me, because when I was first told about this, again, this is when DC was just getting Grebinator and I into
Hold on. We've derailed this discussion. I think Rob's fleshed out the picture and needs to know what else to put in here.
Help me out, y'all. I didn't want to disrupt the conversation, but I figured I'd ask for some help in the chat if anybody had.
There's a forest. It's on fire.
Can we at least put like a flaming torch or something in there?
We can put like a tiki torch.
Yeah. I mean, or the snowman can hold it. Maybe the snowman's end of its hand. Someone put a broom there and accidentally spilled a bit of petrol on it, and
I mean, we can light him on fire. Put a can of gasoline right here or something, and put a lighter in the frog's hand.
Santa's sleigh going across the sky, leaving a trail of fire. Not that it's on fire; it's just going so fast. It's like a shooting star. But again, I'm sorry. I was laughing at Stansky's Derail Valley GIF. Yeah, GIF. I said GIF. It's pretty good.
Or Japineapple's flamethrower. I mean, I'm happy if the snowman has a flamethrower.
This snowman has a flamethrower.
Yeah, it's funny.
I mean, it's effective to take out other snowmen.
He said flamethrower, and I just see a huge grid on a snowman on the bottom. It's ridiculous.
Yes, that is the problem when
if anyone's
even
the
using
it's the frog.
And that's exactly the picture I was envisioning. Pineapple's what Pineapple's showing too is like the snowman and the frog are looking at us smiling, and there's like burning wreckage in the background.
Yeah, I like that. Like if the snowman's on fire, then like somehow we need to feel like the frog is the one that did it. You know?
Just move the frog lay down to the bottom corner.
He's holding a lighter of matches in his little webbed paw. What the heck would you call a hand of a frog?
Doesn't feel like gunpowder, but yeah, we can do like lighter color.
Yeah, I know what I was saying. When it came to Avagachi, it's when he got us in really early, and so I didn't understand any of it. And I literally just tried to connect to the site now and had a little bit of a hard time, but got connected eventually. And this site is freaking cool looking.
That's dope. I had to check it out.
Yeah, definitely. If you could pixel chain this would be amazing.
I don't think we ended up doing. I feel like that was like a prompt one week. Something was like inspired by Avagachi.
I recall that. Was that an Avagachi sound I heard there, or did some of you guys chirping like birds?
Oh, that was an Avagachi sound. I didn't have the tab muted.
I thought I heard one before as well.
That was me.
Oh, that's what it was. That makes sense. It sounded really weird. Like
so Rob, you guys launched merch, right? Did I see that right?
Yeah. We have our alpha merch line, as we're calling it, on sale now.
Is it in anyone's hands yet, or is it going to be you pre-order it and then you build out based on the orders?
Exactly. Right? Yeah, we're looking to ship in like mid-January. So right now we're taking all the orders.
Okay. Yeah, I want to see pictures of people out there repping.
Dude, I can't wait. I can't wait to I can take pictures of me repping. It's gonna be freaking
We'll
epic.
just mob through somewhere. It'll be like the old Warriors movie, right? Clanging some beer bottles together. The
Heck yeah.
demons and the dragons meet. You got to eventually make some separate merch for them, right? Like a demon set and a dragon set.
Oh yeah. I mean, once we get the ball rolling with merch, like it should be fun for sure. Because I have a lot of ideas. Our team has a lot of ideas. I have a lot of friends that design merch that I would love to just collaborate with. So yeah, once we get that ball rolling, it's gonna be a lot of fun.
I've seen a lot of people doing some cool stuff with like AR merch where like their art's on it and then they hold up the app. I forgot what app it is on their phone, and then you see like an animation happening that's from the world of that IP. It was pretty cool
Whoa.
stuff.
That's pretty cool.
Damn, send me some links, dude. That sounds
Yeah,
good.
for sure. One of them is this Scully's project that I'm into with a musician slash creative that does amazing stuff, Prob Cause. He was able to put some amazing stuff together. So I'll send you it. I think you would leverage really well with your stuff.
Please.
You could even do some, imagine like you could gamify that, like some hidden variants, right? Like everybody has a Dizzy, sweatshirt, but you don't know till you hold it up if they're a dragon or a demon. Like this could be all kinds of cool stuff.
Damn. Yeah. Heck yeah.
But we are not responsible for any fights or any battles that are incurred there. Keep it in the sandbox, guys.
Oh, are you kidding me? I'm bringing you guys straight to court. Like it was incited by the whale community. Riots.
So the alpha you didn't want to share before, that was that the dragons and the demons are featuring the next Mortal Kombat, or?
Yeah, we did sign the deal with Disney. So Disney Plus, here we come. No, not yet. Not for a long time. They're gonna have to come correct. But you did mention cars before, Nightmare, and I don't know if I mentioned like all the props that I give to our character designer that we work with. Buck Lewis designed or did character design work on cars also.
Oh, cool.
So if you want to geek out with him, we're talking about getting him on here. But so I feel like we should make that happen.
Let's get Buck doing some pixel art on here.
Oh my god, that'd be hilarious.
That'd be some next level.
I don't know.
Do you know what?
But he'd definitely be down to draw for sure, do something.
Yeah, no, that would be cool. Seeing some live art from him as well, and maybe we could do
something early in the new year.
Yeah, it would be cool. We have to look on the logistics of it, but perhaps there's a way. It's not innate to the platform, but perhaps there's a way we could get two screens going, and you both have a topic, and you'd be doing it in pixels, and he could be doing it via hand, and we could kind of see how the manifestations come out. That'd be really cool.
Whoa!
There's a few ways you can get around that limit and have more than one screen.
Yes.
Yeah.
I know. Whenever Justin says, "I know a few ways," he definitely does.
Yeah, actually, one of the things we talked about recently was kind of just figuring out, I guess, like a workflow or just kind of just talking stuff out. Because the way that we did the demons work was we talked and talked about what they would be, and then he did all the pencil work, to which I picked that up and then did the pixel renditions. And I was like sending them back and forth to him as I was working on it. So then he was building stuff off of what I was doing, which was all built on what he was doing. So it was a really like natural workflow and being able to kind of just like keep evolving at a cool pace, without either of us getting like super self-conscious. Like we were both just like riffing off the other one. So one thing we were talking about was like moving forward, trying to kind of keep that same workflow just to like get to a finished piece. So, say we want to design something, whatever it is, a character, a vehicle, a building, whatever. I would take a stab at it, or he would take a stab at it, and then the other one would. And then after we both bring our thing to the table, we would then be able to find some kind of dizziness within there. So that's, we're just talking shit and kicking stuff around, but that was one thing we've been talking about.
Yeah, that'll be dope, especially with some refinement to see what you guys are going to focus on and what you could possibly come up with next.
Oh, we are excited. Yeah, and he's super geeked out about all of the sandbox stuff and everything that we are gonna do, can do. So he's definitely involved with that as well.
Yeah, I know me and you had talked a little bit offline, and I was over geeking on it. You were like, "Whoa, whoa, slow down, man." I was like, "Wait, wait." I get really hyped about the possibilities, and I think you guys have an amazing IP, so it'll be cool to see what comes of it for sure.
Yeah, man. Can't wait to have some parties with y'all.
Hey, we're neighbors. We are neighbors, right? Your plot is right next to the big whale estate.
That's what I'm saying. You guys got a bunch of estates right there. Then we'll call up our Atari buddies and be like, yo, party over here.
Yeah, there was a single sandbox land I was trying to buy that would have linked one of my estates and one of Hackatow's estates, because we're kind of diagonal on the corner, and I wanted to get the one that would sit there and link so I could make a bit of a walkway between them.
Oh, so why am I missing out on this Hackatow? I feel like this is a name I should know, and it sounds super familiar.
When we were talking about it before, that was they've done a new PFP drop, and that dropped about, or the whitelist started minting about 8 hours ago, I think.
Yeah, it was 8 hours ago.
Yeah, but he was saying, who is Hackatow? Is what he was
Who sent
asking.
me this? Nightmare, did you share this with me?
Probably, I overshare if anything. But Hackatow is an amazing, early OG, crypto artist duo out of Italy. Their signature trademark is they have these drawings and I don't know what you'd call them, inscriptions within their art that have different characteristics thematically, and they have a very clean kind of consistent aesthetic, and they have some characters that they've created, the Podmork and whatnot. If you saw their art, it would be familiar to you. And so they were some of the pioneers that have really kind of cultivated this new I don't know, IP, I guess I would call it, guys. I mean, help me out here, but it's definitely unique in the space and revered as, one of the most amazing legacy OG artists, along with,
Yes.
Pac and X Copy and a lot of the people that were there, early and continue to do innovative things. So they have this drop they just did called Queens and Kings, which is their take on bringing something new to the whole profile pic avatar type of project. It has various traits that incorporate themes from their previous works, and the individual traits, whether it be hair, crowns, hats, eyeglasses, whatever, are going to be separate NFTs as well that can be separated from the avatar and then traded. So
Wow.
you randomly generate this, and then you have the ability to further manipulate it afterwards.
That's
And
dope.
there's more incorporation that we don't know about that has to do with is it AMD? Like there's a processing company involved. Sotheby's is involved. So it's a big project. Yeah.
God damn.
Yeah. I posted the one I minted today in the chat.
Oh man, I'm getting FOMO. How do I get one?
It was
You can't now because you needed to get onto one of the lists to be able to do it. But there is a public sale
tomorrow.
with a few. I think that one you needed a raffle for, but then there's the public sale, which is not a whole lot that'll be able to be minted in that period. And that'll just be mad gas rush because there's only like 600 or something, I think, in that sale.
Oh my god.
Isn't there a raffle for that as well?
Yeah.
I think it's two. I think, isn't there a raffle and then there's just a general first in gets it?
Yeah,
I think they also alluded to there being things revealed as you take some of the pieces as traits off, right? Like there could be writing on the torso or whatever once you remove the shirt, things like that.
Yeah.
Whoa, that's dope. That's really cool.
But yeah, that was the idea of it, is that you can hack apart the NFT into different traits, so that you could build the NFT that you want.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Rune.
They're not all like Like the one that I minted today was a little like almost family friendly. There's some pretty creepy looking ones out there, and that I really like. And actually, Morph just posted one that's pretty cool looking.
Yeah, they're gender fluid too. So like you can have a beard or a tiara, whatever. It's however you want to build it, however it generates. So it's cool in a lot of regards, but I really like that they're doing new innovative things in the space and pushing it forward.
Yeah, that's really dope. Is that going to be on Ethereum?
Yeah,
guessing, right?
It is on Ethereum.
Yep.
They had discussed actually about, whether or not the traits and some of the gamification aspects of it should be on Polygon or, on something else because of the gas fees associated with it. But at the end of the day, people said they'd rather have, it on ETH and be able to say that that's where it resides.
That's so crazy. It's very interesting.
It depends what I feel like it depends what the utilization of it is, right? We get a lot of questions from the NFT photography community who's, got their own dedicated discussion room now. We've kind of leaned in a big way. You likely have seen on Twitter with what Whale Shark has been doing or what we've been doing, but I think we put in $500,000 or maybe $1 million at this point into NFT photography and really build infrastructure to support it. But a lot of the photographers are coming in, they're saying, hey, okay, we're trying to figure out the best way to, take part in this ecosystem. With gas being a deterrent to minting, let alone people collecting, should we put it on Polygon? Should we put it on Solana? Should we put it on Tezos, right? And a lot of times the consensus from a lot of that discussion is depends on the purpose. If it's for something that's going to involve a lot of gamification and utility, meaning you're going to want to move it a lot for a purpose, then maybe having it on something that doesn't incur the gas fees makes sense. But if you're looking for collecting for longevity and having faith in the chain being there and having the most appeal from a collection perspective, at this point, a lot of people would still advocate for ETH.
Yeah.
And given the price of them as well, it's not like it's a budget NFT that's minting, a million things that are designed to, be $5 a piece. They were 0.423 ETH each. So if you're spending that much for a primary mint of it, I don't think that, a little bit of extra, an extra $60 or something for gas is that big of a deal.
I didn't. $110 for me for this.
It was 500 for me to mint 10.
Right. 0.4 in there is going to be what is it, 6,000 and change? I forget the exact number.
Oh my god, they're gonna kill it.
Yeah,
right. Yeah. But I mean, for example, their let's see, some of their legacy work on Pixelchain goes for 25, 30 ETH each. Right.
What?
So
wait, they did work on Pixelchain?
Yes, they did. Yes.
Get out of here.
Yes.
That's sick. Oh, I'm in good company.
That being said, I do know of some projects that launched that were strictly for gamifications. The whole purpose of the project and the artist was to build a game, and because it was on ETH, there weren't as many people participating. For something like that, it made more sense to get more of the assets into people's hands on another chain, right? So it kind of depends on the purpose and intention, I think.
Yeah, no, definitely. I feel like that's pretty much where it comes down to. It's like if you plan on doing a lot of changing or a lot of transferring of something within the collection, it would probably make more sense just from for the consumer to do that. But I get the public perception. I just find it interesting that it's still, there's something about ETH that like feels like the major league, and like Polygon or like these other chains still kind of have that minor league vibe, or that's kind of, I don't know, feeling I get when I hear these kind of things.
Yeah. In my opinion, I know that I have faith in the infrastructure for Ethereum. I know it's going to be there. I don't have the same confidence level for a lot of the other chains. So would I want to risk something I'm taking a significant investment in, or I really want to have for the longevity of it? That's another question. So maybe with time and people have more confidence on which alternative chain is really going to win and be, the viable alternative, because I think they're all fighting with each other. And we could talk about, the positives of Tezos versus Polygon or whatever, where Solana is in the picture, amongst other ones, right? But, that's still up for debate. So if I'm going to drop whatever and I want confidence that'll still be there, that'll have appeal to other people if I want to get out of it and things of that nature, then that has to be a consideration.
That's fair.
I don't think that Polygon's going anywhere anytime soon. So I know some of the other ones are a little, iffy and they're a bit behind, but Polygon has a lot in infrastructure and where it's used and needed as well behind it. So it's here for a long time, and it'll benefit from ETH2 as well, because it'll just increase the checkpoint speed that the data is written from Polygon to Ethereum, and it basically just means it's going to be a more secure chain than what it is now, because the extra data is being written more often.
Look, we've pulled this
geez.
flaming snowman artwork into a which chain we think is more viable going forward as an ETH alternative. So sorry for derailing once again.
No, it's not an ETH alternative. It's an ETH complementary to ETH.
I mean, we're talking about artists possibly choosing which alternative chain to mint on, right? As opposed to ETH.
Yeah, why not both?
Yeah. Rob, we've kept you for a long time, so I want to be cognizant of your time here and make sure I'm not invading your.
Wrap it up. I'm sure you guys are sick of me by now, and I think we got a lot of work done. I think this was a productive.
We got quite a bit done, and it looks just like fine tuning next time. So this is turning out great so far.
I like that he has a kin in the background also getting destroyed.
Yes.
Yeah, I figure it might tell a bit more of a story if there's a lot of these things and this dude's just going around setting them all on fire. Why not? It's a vibe, right?
Exactly.
All right,
that's what we say here.
You won't get a no from me there.
Yeah. We have.
Stanksy wanted to know if did miss the giveaway of last week's piece.
Oh no, we didn't. We could. Yeah.
No, we haven't minted it yet either. So between now and next week, Rob's going to hit that mint button. Going to get one of those points where gas has been nice and low and in the 30s, and we will bring it along to the next to Pixelchain next week, or the week after, depending on what people are doing. I don't want to tie people up in the middle of the week between Christmas and New Year's. So,
I think I should be okay. Yeah, I'll be okay next week. If y'all want to come, want to have me on, we can kick it.
Definitely.
Sure thing.
All right, so then we'll save the giveaway for next week.
Yep, let's do it next week, and that way we can it'll be minted and we can give it away without having to sit there and wait.
I love it. Yeah.
Yeah, and I'll be here. So so. All right, everybody. Well, thank you for joining us, and until we meet next time, hope you guys have a good holiday.
Thanks.
You too, and thank you for joining us yet again, Rob.
Yeah,
and to the rest of the community.
Everybody.
Have a good holiday, everyone.
Peace.